Hi, welcome to Genesis Engineers Academy. In this video, I am going to discuss on fluid statics. That is, fluid is at rest, and it is the part 1. So it will have another 2 or 3 videos. So the statics deals with the fluids at rest. So the fluid property responsible for those forces is pressure. So the pressure can be defined as normal force exerted by a fluid per unit area. So the unit of pressure in SI system is Pascal, that is Newton per meter square. So 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power of 5 pascals or 100 kilopascals or 0.1 megapascals. 1 atmosphere pressure can be roughly take as 101.325 kilopascals, and there is that is pressure gauges that I have shown here, that is kg per centimeter square. That is nothing but kg force per centimeter square. So 1 kg force per centimeter is written like kg per centimeter square. So you have to know this notation also. So that is nothing but 0.9807 bar. You understand? So that is about the pressure. So that is what I have shown. And there is another unit also, that is a black color is in kg force per centimeter square, and it is roughly can be taken as 1 bar, and the red is in psi, that is pressure, that is a pound force per square inches. Okay, that is called as psi, pound force, lbf per inch square. So you also have to know this one. So I will relieve this value in the further videos. And what is meant by Pascal's law? So the external static pressure applied on the confined liquid is distributed or transmitted evenly throughout the liquid in all directions. So what we can understand from Pascal's law, if we apply pressure anywhere, it is transmitted equally, evenly, or distributed evenly. You will find the same pressure at every point. That is the crux of the Pascal law. Next one is hydrostatic law. So this is about pressure variation of incompressible liquids. So the hydrostatic law states the rate of increase of pressure in a vertically downward direction. So downward direction in a fluid is equal to weight density of the liquid. Okay, so this is generally taken as sigma, that is dou p by dou z plus gamma is equal to 0. That is why it is shown like this one, and we can also derive this equation from that. So that is P is equal to gamma h. So where gamma is equal to rho g. So the pressure can be written like rho g h. Okay. So if the liquid column is h times, that is the height of the liquid column is h. So this h can be written like this one. So this is P by gamma is equal to h. So the P is called pressure and P by gamma is called pressure head. Means it is measured linear terms, that is length. Okay, in terms of length we call this as pressure head. In terms of this we call it as a pressure. Understand? So you must understand the difference between pressure. So the pressure unit is Pascal, and the pressure head unit is mm, centimeter or meter or inches, all these things. Okay, so those are the length units. And the atmospheric pressure. So the pressure we are exposed to is called as atmospheric pressure. So the atmospheric pressure is just now we have discussed. It is 101.325 kilopascals or 760 mm of mercury or 13.3 meters of water or 14.696 psi. So if you equate all these things, you can convert from one form to other form. So this 760 mm indicates what? This is the length unit. So this is pressure head. So what he has given? P by gamma. So this is also like this one. It is mercury, it is water, and this is in FPS system. You understand my point? So how do you convert this head to pressure? So P is equal to, understand, gamma into H. Gamma into H, that is P is equal to gamma H. So gamma, that is mercury, is equal to specific gravity into, okay, so that is gamma of water, that is 9810 into 760 mm. So if you wanted to convert, this is in SI. So you have to convert that in SI. So you have to divide with 1000. So that is 1 mm is equal to 1 by 1000 meters. Okay, if you multiply, you will have the pressure. In this way, you can find out anything. Here also, this is 10.3 meters of water. So what is the pressure? P is equal to, that is gamma H. Gamma is equal to, how much it is? Gamma of water is 9810 Newton per meter cube into 10.33. So you can find out like that only. Please remember this formula, that is hydrostatic law. That means the pressure here, if it is 1 meter, so the pressure is equal to that is 1 into gamma. If it is 2 meters, 2 into gamma. If it is 10 meters, then 10 into gamma. You got my point? So what is meant by that? Pressure head is nothing but length unit. So that is P by gamma. I hope you understood this concept. And so there is a confusion called absolute pressure, gauge pressure, vacuum pressure. I will explain clearly. You just follow. So this atmospheric pressure, we take it as a standard one, and you can take it as a 0. Okay, if it is more than this value, then we go up. If it is less than this value, we come down. So then if we come down from 0 to down value, then it is called as vacuum pressure, or sometimes it is negative pressure, and this is positive pressure, or otherwise gauge pressure. Okay, so if we wanted to know absolute, what is meant by absolute? The exact value. That means the actual pressure. The actual pressure at a given position is called as absolute. So you have to understand. So this is the liquid. We are allowing the liquid through this pipe to flow, right? So this is the atmospheric pressure. You understand? And this when this is supplied by the pump and everything, so the pressure will be increased. So how much it is increased? It is above the atmospheric pressure. So that above is shown in this pressure gauge. So that is why the pressure measured by the gauge, we call it as a gauge pressure. Got my point? What is gauge pressure? The pressure measured by the gauge is called gauge pressure. So the gauge pressure shows excess of atmospheric pressure. You understand? So what is the exact pressure of the fluid? This pressure plus atmospheric pressure will give us absolute pressure. So what happens to the negative pressure? So in case of pumps, so to suck the fluid into the pump, there should be a vacuum pressure. That means it should be less than atmospheric pressure. Then only the fluid flows into the pump. Okay. So actually by nature the water flows without anybody's help to the lower pressure side. That we know. You understand? So that is very important. What is the absolute pressure? In words, it is the exact pressure or can be called as actual pressure. And what is the gauge pressure? Gauge pressure is the pressure shown by the pressure gauge. Okay, so the atmospheric pressure becomes datum. Datum means reference. So the pressure excess of atmospheric pressure, we call it as gauge pressure. The pressure lesser than the vacuum, that is atmospheric pressure, we call it as a vacuum pressure or otherwise negative pressure. If we apply to the hydraulic machinery, this vacuum pressure also called as suction pressure. So to suck, we have to have a negative pressure. So the B point is having, the B point is below the atmospheric pressure. That is why it is vacuum pressure. You understand? So by formula, absolute pressure for a gauge pressure is atmospheric plus gauge pressure, and for vacuum pressure, atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. Absolute in case of vacuum, atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure is absolute. And what is meant by, how do you differentiate by numbers? If it is 760 mm of mercury, okay, what is this value? It is atmospheric. If it is 750, means how much it is lesser? 10 mm of mercury lesser. So it is vacuum pressure. You understand? If it is 790, so it is plus 30. So this is gauge pressure. Vacuum pressure is also gauge pressure, but for positivity we use gauge pressure. For negativity we use vacuum pressure or simply negative pressure. So the negative is lesser, the positive is higher. So that difference, that knowledge is enough us to go further. And there is another called static pressure. So what is that static? Rest. So the pressure applied when it is at rest. The pressure applied by the fluid at rest, we call it as a static pressure. So static pressure is what most pressure gauges measure. So the gauge pressure can also be treated as a static pressure. Okay. Next one is dynamic pressure. It represents the kinetic energy of the flowing fluid. So the dynamic pressure is the function of the fluid velocity and density. So this dynamic pressure comes into the picture when there is a flow. When there is no flow, the pressure given or exerted by the liquid or fluid, we call it as a static pressure. So students, and you have to take care of about the difference between static pressure. Static pressure is the pressure when the fluid is at rest. Dynamic pressure is the pressure when the fluid is in motion. If the fluid is in motion, means it will have a velocity and the fluid will have a density. You understand my point? So in this case, so the pressure, static pressure, in this figure I have shown a piezometer, which is used to measure the static pressure. This is the column and that is the H. That H means it is pressure head and the pressure is P is equal to gamma H. We call it as a static pressure. If place instead of this piezometer, we call this as a gauge pressure. So there should not be any confusion between static pressure and gauge pressure. And now we come to the dynamic pressure. So in this case we have placed this pitot tube. It is not pitot. This pronunciation must be pitot tube. The pitot tube must be placed at the center of this one or otherwise below this one, and the piezometer should not come inside. If it comes down, this becomes also piezometer, that is pitot tube. Piezometer becomes pitot tube. So that distance, and it must be on the surface, right, on the surface of the tube, and it has to protrude from the surface. Okay, so when how we measure this dynamic pressure? So the fluid flowing with a velocity v will come to rest at this point, converting that kinetic energy into this height. So up to that it is static and it is dynamic. So the dynamic pressure is nothing but of rho v square. You got my point? So that is it is the total of static pressure and dynamic pressure. We call this as a stagnation pressure. Stagnated means comes to rest. So here the fluid that is becomes, the velocity of the fluid becomes 0. So that is why it is a stagnation pressure. When the fluid is decelerated to 0 speed by a frictionless process, the pressure at the point is called stagnation pressure. We can also can be called as a total pressure. This can be stagnation pressure, can be called as a total pressure. So it is a customary to give a, that is a suffix 0 for stagnation pressure, and it is a static pressure. Stagnation pressure is equal to static pressure, that is equal to gamma H. It is measured by piezometer and it is of rho v square, that is it is a dynamic pressure. So you can expect these type of questions in GATE like, SSC like top exams. Okay, so move on to that is next slide. So that is I wanted to tell and people understand, and some in some cases also there are questions on this thing. So this is pressure variation for a compressible fluid. So here we take as a air. So that is atmospheric air. So this is the sphere above the earth. So this rectangle I have taken as a rectangle. So this is the earth surface. Okay, so here we live, and the atmosphere also this one. So this is called as troposphere, and this is called stratosphere. This is called mesosphere. So the commercial flights will move around this troposphere, and some are higher, that is fighter jets all will move in the stratosphere, and rockets, all these things will move in mesosphere. So the junction between mesosphere and stratosphere will call as stratosphere pass, and the troposphere and stratosphere junction is called as tropopass, and the troposphere extends to 11 kilometers. So tropopass is 10 kilometers and stratopass is 50 kilometers. So this type of question will also come under appear in general studies. Okay, so that is about general studies. Okay, so now what is the troposphere? So troposphere, where we live, that is above the earth surface. It is the lowest layer of our atmosphere. So the temperature of the air decreases at a rate of 6.5 degrees per kilometer height. So this height we call it as altitude. This height is called as altitude. So this I have shown here. So that is this we call it as altitude. So vertical distance. If you move 1 kilometer, the temperature will be decreased by 6.5 degree Celsius. Okay. So the troposphere is polytropic. Polytropic means PV to the power of n is equal to constant. So this 1 by V can be taken called as density. So the pressure and density, this is a polytropic. So this formula is applicable in troposphere. You understand? So this n index can be taken as 1.24. You understand my point? So where P naught, rho naught are the values at sea level. So if we wanted to find out what is the density and what is the pressure if values at sea level are given. So you can also expect this type of questions. And this is the rate of change of temperature with respect to height. We call it as elevation. So this also sometimes called as time lapse rate. Okay. So this is perfect gas equation. So air can be taken as a perfect gas equation. Can be applied to the air. So if n is equal to 1, then this becomes 0. Then dt by dz is equal to 0. So the temperature with respect to the elevation is 0. If you integrate, T becomes constant. So this is isothermal. So the stratosphere is isothermal atmosphere. So the stratosphere is isothermal and the troposphere is polytropic. So you can guess this question. So these are not the formally used words. So you have to, and it is applicable between 11 kilometers to 20 kilometers. So this isothermal is applicable between 11 kilometers and 20 kilometers, and this exists in stratosphere. So once again I am telling, so please concentrate on this topic, so which you may not come across or which you may don't know this. Okay, so you can differentiate after applying the logarithmic, you will get this. You try this if you wanted to master in SSC JEE. Thank you very much for watching this video, and you don't forget to subscribe if not subscribed, and also share and press like button, and don't forget to give comment on this video whether you like it or don't like. I don't mind, and that will motivate me to change the style, or comment will definitely help me to make different types of videos.